I want to try something different. I want to challenge myself.
So fans have always hailed you as the evergreen Nadia. But do you feel at some level that there is too much pressure on women celebrities to look a certain way, no matter how much they age or what their life circumstances are?
It doesn't come easy. There's a lot of hard work that goes into it. But there are few people I keep in touch, whether it's a Lissy or whether it's Radhika or it's Hasni or, Purnima. It depends. So I generally see them in a group. It hurts me. Because I think the joy of getting married interfaith is it just teaches you to respect another culture, another faith.
Hello everyone, we have with us today a wonderful actor and a style icon for those of us who grew up in the 80s and 90s. Thank you so much for joining us, Nadia.
Thank you so much, Soumya. I'm very happy to be here.
Okay, so you're shot in Puttam Pudu Kalai Vidiyada. I read it's about a middle-aged couple and what happens to their relationship in the pandemic. What more can you tell us about it?
Well, I don't want to reveal a whole lot. It is about a middle-aged couple, and as all the stories in the anthology deals with either hope or friendship, love. Our specific story deals with communication or the lack of it, which is very typical in many couples. And so basically, that is what it is, and how important communication is in any relationship, whether it's with your children or whether it's with your parents or whether it's with your spouse. So it's basically based on that. And during COVID times, because that's the main theme through everything.
Right. I was just getting to that. So, this pandemic has been a really stressful experience for many of us. And it put a great strain on a lot of relationships, and not just marital, but with children, with elderly people who were in, somebody's care. So,
Yeah.
were there any personal experiences that you channelized when doing this role?
There were a lot of things which are very relatable, not just specific to our story, I would say, but generally to do with COVID. One is just being indoors for so long, number one. It's great when you have a great relationship and you find things to do together. And initially, as I was saying earlier in other interviews, is, initially that first month was okay, you get to do things your way, you wake up late, or, whatever is, you want to kind of break the norms from the everyday mundane routine. So I think that was one of the things which was okay for the first month. But then when it kept going on and on and on, there's a bit of uncertainty. Will this end? When will this end? I have my parents who don't live with me. They live separately. The challenge to go and meet them, whether you drive to go meet them, what do the cops stop you? What do you tell them? All these kind of little things. And I think it's been the most difficult for people with young kids and for people who have elderly at home, because even if people like us would step out to get something, you have to think 10 times, that you don't bring in the virus, and you have to keep your elders at bay and make sure that they're safe. So it was just constantly something or the other which keeps brewing in your head. So I think it has been in a way challenging, in a way. And I know me and my husband, we are very social. We love to have friends over, not like huge parties, but just like a couple of friends, who really matter to you, have a good chat or whatever. So I was missing that aspect of it a lot. But after a few months, when we knew that certain couples were not really stepping out as much or minimal as we were, we would invite them over. So it'd be like a couple or two, and just have a chat. And then at the end, all that mattered was having your loved ones around you, which mattered the most. And you gave that so much more importance, and you valued it far more. That's a long answer for your question, but that is what it is.
So in Hollywood as well as the Hindi industry, roles are being written for older women, whether it's an Olivia Colman or Raveena Tandon, especially in the OTT space. There is a whole lot of series and films that are coming out with these women in the lead. We are yet to see that in the South. Why do you think that's happening?
I actually don't have a proper answer for that. There are a lot of things which are culturally different also within our, within the states and stuff like that. It will bring in a change because right now, thankfully to OTT, the boundaries have been blurred. And so we see actors working in all different, different languages across the states, and I think so. There's been audiences have evolved, and I think they're ready to accept those changes. And so I think it will happen. It's just a matter of time. I mean, I would love it to happen because I think a woman like me who's a middle-aged woman, I think we are right now having the best time in our life. You're passed through all your initial responsibilities. The kids are young, the husband needs to be taken care of, the family needs to be taken care of, and now you're at a point when the children are basically pretty independent. The husband has found his own way of his hobbies. For example, my husband, he loves to play golf, so when he gets the time, he goes plays golf or whatever. So I think for us women to find that niche or that hobby and keep us happy, I think this is the right age. Of course, everything falls in place if you have the health that goes along with it, and I think it will happen. It's just a matter of time, as I think.
Hmm. Right. So, since your comeback, you've done a number of films, especially in Telugu. Can you tell us which role you enjoy doing the most?
Um, as in languages, or just the kind of roles I've been doing?
Just any kind of role,
Yeah.
something that you really sank your teeth into and enjoyed doing.
Yeah. So to say that, I mean, I've been playing quite similar kind of roles through all my Telugu films. Every script is different, every director is different. So there's always a learning on every set that I'm working on. But as you mentioned earlier, we have, for women of my age, we have very limited choices. And within that, I try to do the best I can to work with the right team, which kind of excites me, bringing me to the set, the vibe I get on the set. So I think that is what more of a focus. This particular film by Madhumita, Mauname Parvayai, is a little bit more exciting because it's just about a middle-aged couple, and just working, just being in the frame with Joju has been a great learning as well. And so there we've gotten a little bit of creative freedom, yet it is not very stereotypical. So there are very few, I would say, that, even though, I mean, I've got a lot of recognition from the characters I've played in Telugu. But for me, I would say it's not been that challenging. Of course, language is always challenging for me, but I mean, I'm looking for something different. I'm at this stage in my life where I want to try something different. I want to challenge myself. I want to walk into a set saying, "Wow, do you think I can really pull this off?" That kind of a feeling is what I'm really looking for.
Is there any genre in particular that you wish you would get an opportunity to do?
No, nothing like that. I'm game to
Okay.
anything that excites me, and I'm comfortable doing, and I think that's what it is.
Okay. So before we continue, a quick reminder to our viewers that we require your support for our journalism. So do consider becoming a member of the News Minute and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So fans have always hailed you as the evergreen Nadia. But do you feel at some level that there is too much pressure on women celebrities to look a certain way, no matter how much they age or what their life circumstances are?
Uh, wh- from my point of view, I just try to be as fit and as agile as I can. And as we get older, it gets very hard to kind of stay in shape or stay fit or whatever. So I mean, I'm thankful to the audience who still look at me or see me that way. But it doesn't come easy. There's a lot of hard work that goes into it. And it's not a pressure because I have always admitted that I'm not someone who is very young. I am aging. There is a process of aging. I can see it more than probably you can see it. So I think at this point, I will only say enjoy it while it lasts. That's all I have to say.
Okay. So you're a regular at the 80s reunion, and those pictures are so much fun to see. Who are your close friends from the 80s batch?
Well, I have a few. The thing is, as I always say, whenever I go to Chennai or wherever I go, anywhere in the south besides Kerala, because I have family there, um, it's like a business place for me. So I'm gone there for my work. And I actually don't get an opportunity to meet up with a lot of my colleagues from that time. It's because, I'm just there for work. As soon as my work is done, I run away. But there are few people I keep in touch, whether it's a Lissy, or whether it's Radhika, or it's Hasni, or, Purnima. It depends. So I generally see them in a group. So we all having a great time when we are in a groups. But individually, it's very rarely that I meet them.
Okay.
I might have missed a few names too. As I said, we always meet up in groups. So generally the whole chunk is there when it happens.
Right. You got married in the 80s, and it was an interfaith marriage, something that has become controversial and highly political in the country today. Does the discourse around you bother you at some level?
It hurts me. It hurts me because I think the joy of getting married interfaith is it just teaches you to respect another culture, another faith. And for me, it's always been an excuse to celebrate every festival. So for me, when there is some sort of discourse that's happening in between faith, it just hurts me because we've all grown up accepting every religion. So it does hurt me. It does hurt me.
Okay. And do you talk to your daughters about it?
My girls are very global, and they're absolutely on our page, and so they do the best they can. They have friends coming from all different faith and different culture and different countries, and they really actually don't even focus on it, honestly. Me neither. When I'm meeting someone new, I don't care what faith you're from. I mean, as long as you're a good human being, that's all that matters to me.
Okay. If there is one advice you could give to young women actors today, what would it be?
Basically, focus on your craft, focus on how you can improve, how you can learn. They actually are in a much tougher times than we were when we were, busy in our younger days, because I think the social media is a large part to play, and so it's much more difficult for them. But I think they should just focus on their work and let that speak for where they stand.
Thank you so much for joining us, Nadia. It was a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you, Soumya. Thank you for taking the time. Hi, if you've enjoyed listening to this interview, please like and share and subscribe to News Minute.